Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Yuta Padakamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavangscha Shri Upam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tang Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswati Vyasam Tato Jayamudirayet Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So continuing with Mahabharata, Prajagara Parva, chapter 703, part 40. Vidura said, on being addressed by righteous men, if a man acts without success in mind and without transgressing his capacity, then he quickly finds fame. When they are gratified, righteous ones can bring about happiness. He who gives up a great objective that is tainted with adharma without being induced sleeps in peace and discards all his unhappiness like a snake that casts off its old skin. Falsehood by the superior, treachery towards a king, and constant falsehood before a preceptor. These are equal to slaying a Brahmana. Even the slightest bit of jealousy, death, and discord destroy prosperity. Lack of servitude, haste, boastfulness, these are the three weapons that destroy learning. How can a person who seeks happiness find learning? How can a person who seeks learning find happiness? A person who seeks happiness should give up learning. A person who seeks learning should give up happiness. Fire is never satiated with wood. The great ocean is never satiated with rivers. Death is never satiated with all the beings. A woman with beautiful eyes is never satiated with men. Hope destroys steadfastness. Death destroys prosperity. Anger destroys riches. Miserliness destroys fame. Failure to tend destroys animals. O king, even if one single angry Brahmana destroys a kingdom, even one single angry Brahmana destroys a kingdom. A goat, brass, a chariot, honey, antidotes, a bird, a learned Brahmana, an aged relative, and a friend who faces adversity. These must always be kept in the house. O descendant of the Bharata lineage, Manu has said that for the sake of good fortune, a goat, an ox, sandalwood, a veena, a mirror, honey, butter, iron, copper, a conch shell, gold, the nave of a wheel, and yellow pigment for honoring gods, brahmanas, and guests must be kept in a household. O father, Vidura is addressing Dhritarashtra as father, Tata. I am telling you all these supreme and sacred words that are extremely special. Do not give up Dharma out of desire, fear, greed, or even for the sake of life itself. Dharma is eternal. Happiness and unhappiness are transient. Life is eternal. Its constituent elements are transient. Give up the transient and establish yourself in the eternal. Be content. Contentment is the supreme gain. Behold the immensely fortunate Indras among men who possessed great strength. After ruling the earth full of grain and riches, they gave up their kingdoms and extensive objects of desire and came under the power of death. O king, people raise and take out of the house a son reared with difficulty who has been killed. The hair is dishevelled, and they lament piteously. They fling him into the midst of the funeral pyre like a piece of wood. Once a person is dead, another person enjoys the riches, just as crows and the fire consume the elements of the body. Surrounded by two things, merits and demerits, one goes to the other world. After casting it away, relatives, well-wishers, and sons return. But for the man who has been flung into the fire, his own deeds follow him. Above this world and below the next, there is the greatest expanse of darkness. O king, know that the senses are greatly deluded there. May you not attain it. After listening to these words, if you follow them entirely, you will obtain supreme fame in this world of the living, and you will confront no fear here or in the hereafter. O descendant of the Bharata lineage, the soul is a river. Purity represents its tirthas. Truthfulness is its water. Steadfastness constitutes the banks. Self-control represents the waves. Bathing in these, a performer of pure deeds purifies himself. The soul becomes pure and is like water in the eternal waters. There is a river in which the five senses are the water, and desire and anger are the crocodiles. Make a boat out of steadfastness and cross the difficult eddies of repeated birth. After due honors, one who asks the counsel of his relatives who are aged in wisdom, aged in dharma, aged in learning and years, and follows them about what should be done and what should not be done, is never deluded. Protect your penis and stomach with steadfastness, the hands and the feet with the eyes and the ears with the mind, and the mind and speech with deeds. O a Brahmana who is always attached to ablutions, always dons the sacred thread, always studies, avoids food offered by outcasts, speaks the truth, and follows the tasks instructed by the preceptor, is never dislodged from Brahma's world. A Kshatriya who studies the Vedas, offers oblations to the fire, performs sacrifices, protects the subjects, wields weapons for the sake of cattle and brahmanas, purifies his soul, and is killed in battle, goes to heaven. A Vaishya who studies, distributes his wealth at the right time to brahmanas, kshatriyas, and those who are dependent on him, and inhales the sacred smoke of the three pure fires, obtains divine happiness in heaven after death. A Shudra who shows homage in due order to Brahmana, Kshatriya, and Vaishya classes, and satisfies them, enjoys happiness in heaven after he has given up his body, because his sins are burnt up. I have told you about the Dharma of the four Varnas. Listen to the reasons why I have told you this. O king, Pandu's son is falling short of the Dharma of Kshatriyas. You should instruct him to follow the Dharma of kings. Footnote, Yudhisthira, that is. Dhritarashtra replied, this is just as you have always been instructing me, O amiable one. My mind also turns towards that which you have told me. My inclination has always been to turn towards the Pandavas, but whenever I meet Duryodhana, it turns in a contrary direction. No mortal one is capable of transgressing destiny. I think that destiny is the one who acts, and human endeavor is futile. Chapter 704, part 41. Dhritarashtra said, O Vidura, is there anything that you have not spoken about so far? Tell me, since I am eager to listen to you. You are speaking about wonderful things. Vidura replied, O Dhritarashtra, O descendant of the Bharata lineage, the ancient and eternal youth, Sanat Sujata, has said that there is no death. O king, that supreme among intelligent ones will speak to you. He will bring out everything that is overt and covert, clinging to the heart. Dhritarashtra asked, do you not know what the Eternal One will tell me? O Vidura, you must tell me, if you have that much of wisdom left. Vidura replied, I have been born from a Sudra woman. It is for that reason that I cannot tell you anything more. But I know about the eternal intelligence of that youth. He was born in a Brahmana womb and speaks about matters that are extremely secret. I will be censured by the gods by speaking to you about those. Dhritarashtra asked, O Vidura, tell me, here and in this body of mine, how can I meet the ancient and eternal one? Vaishampayana said, Vidura thought about the rishi who was rigid in his vows. O descendant of the Bharata lineage, and having got to know about those thoughts, he showed himself. Vidura received him in accordance with the decreed rites and tasks. When he was rested and happily seated, Vidura told him, O illustrious one, there is a doubt in Dhritarashtra's mind, which I am incapable of explaining. You should speak to him. On hearing this Indra among men will transcend all happiness and unhappiness, all gain and loss, and all pleasure and displeasure. Then old age and death will not overcome him, or fear and intolerance, hunger and thirst, insolence and power, hatred, lassitude, desire, anger, decline and rise. So section 52, Sanat Sujata Parva. This section has 121 shlokas and 4 chapters. This section is named after Dhritarashtra's questioning of the sage Sanat Sujata. Sanat Sujata instructs Dhritarashtra. Chapter 705, part 42. Vaishampayana said, the intelligent king Dhritarashtra honored the words that Vidura had spoken. Desiring supreme intelligence, the great-souled one privately questioned Sanat Sujata. Dhritarashtra asked, O Sanat Sujata, I have heard about your teaching that death does not exist. Yet the gods and the asuras observed brahmacharya for the sake of immortality. Which of these is true? Sanat Sujata replied, some hold that deeds ensure immortality. Others say that there is no death. O king, listen to my words on this, so that you no longer have any doubts. O Kshatriya, know that both of these statements are true. Know that the wise regard death as delusion. I am telling you that confusion is death. Therefore, I am telling you that there is immortality where there is no confusion. The Asuras were vanquished because of their ignorance. They had not possessed ignorance. Had they not possessed ignorance, they would have been like the Brahman. Death is not a tiger that consumes beings. Its form is not the one that can be fathomed. Some hold that Yama is death, but others do not agree. Immortality is the soul's pursuit of brahmacharya, that God who rules his kingdom in the world of the ancestors. He is auspicious towards those who are pure and is inauspicious towards those who are impure. Through instructions issued from his mouth, men suffer death in the form of anger, delusion, and confusion. Being overcome by confusion, they leave for the hereafter and descend again. Following him, the gods also go into decline. Thus it is that this death is also known by the name of death, Yama. But there are those who are attracted to the fruits of deeds. Because of their karma, they go there without transgressing death to heaven. They are learned ones who think and kill their desires when they try to rise, realizing that these should not be respected. Because learned ones have killed their desires, though assuming the form of death, death cannot destroy them. A man who follows his desires is destroyed together with the desires. A man who can conquer his desires can withstand all passion. Darkness appears to beings in the form of hell. Deluded, they eagerly rush towards it and fall into the hole. The sense of ego kills such a person first. Desire and anger grasp him and kill him later. Childish ones are those dispatched towards their death, but steady ones who have fortitude can transgress death. O Kshatriya, if a man thinks of nothing, that is, has no desire, how can a tiger made out of straw attack him? If the soul is confused through anger and desire, death exists within one's own body. Know that this is how death is born. One who is established in knowledge has no fear of death. If the object is destroyed, so is death, just as mortal beings are destroyed when they confront death. Dhritarashtra asked, "There are those here who do not follow Dharma. There are also those who follow Dharma. Is Dharma destroyed by evil, or is evil destroyed by Dharma?" Sanat Sujata replied, "The fruits of both are enjoyed, that of Dharma and of its opposite. A learned one uses Dharma to give up Adharma. Know that Dharma is stronger." Dhritarashtra said, "It is said that the eternal worlds are obtained by Brahmanas who perform pure deeds in accordance with Dharma. O learned one, it is said that there are different regions depending on the deeds that have been performed." Sanat Sujata replied, "There are Brahmanas who are not proud of their strength. They do not try to surpass the strong with strength. In the hereafter, they are radiant in the world of heaven. Wherever a Brahmana thinks food and drink are abundant like grass during the rainy season, this is the place he should savor. Where there is inauspicious danger, one should control one's pride. It is best not to act in excess or try to establish superiority over other people. If one is not tormented because another one proclaims one's superiority, if one does not enjoy the property of Brahmanas, food offered by such a person is regarded as acceptable by the righteous. A dog always eats its own vomit and causes injury to its own self. Like that, those who proclaim their own valor eat their own vomit. A Brahmana thinks that his conduct should always be unknown. Even if he dwells among his relatives, nothing will be known about him. What other Brahmana is capable of destroying his inner soul? O Kshatriya, it is because of such conduct that he can visualize the Brahman that dwells inside him. He is never exhausted. He is honored because he does not accept gifts from others. He never causes impediments. He is well versed, even if he does not seem to be well versed. Such a wise Brahmana knows the Brahman. These Brahmanas are not rich. in wealth of men. They are rich because of the Vedas. They are difficult to assail. They are difficult to shake. Know that because of knowledge, they have the Brahman in their bodies. Because he has to exert himself, a person who knows that sacrifices have been performed to all the gods is not the equal of a Brahmana. One who is honored, though he does not exert himself, is truly honored. When honored, he does not think about it, nor does he suffer because he is not honored. One who is honored should think that only the learned show honors. If one is not honored, one should not think that stupid ones, skilled in adharma and adept in the ways of the world, I do not know how to honor, do not know how to honor a revered person. Honor and silence cannot travel together. Know that this world is that of honor, and that one is of silence. Prosperity is the abode of happiness, though it runs counter to the objective. O Kshatriya, for someone who is devoid of wisdom, the prosperity of the Brahman is extremely difficult to obtain. Virtuous ones have spoken of many different kinds of doors to that, all difficult to uphold. There are six that counter pride and delusion. There are six that counter pride and delusion. Truth, uprightness, modesty, self-control, purity, and knowledge. I'll let someone else have a go now.
Do you want to go?
I don't
Then there'll
mind
be
if you want.
Please. Yeah, it's good. This seems to be the new cycle. You follow your father, and then I go after you.
Cool.
Jolly good show.
What page is it?
282.
Yeah, 282 70643.
This is quite a little bit difficult, this section, but it doesn't last that long.
Yeah, 282. Okay, get there. Sorry. Excuse me for the delay. So, chapter 706, yeah? Cool. Dhritarashtra asked, there may be a Brahmana who has learnt the chants of the Rig, the Yajur, and the Samaveda. If he performs a sin, will he be tainted? Or will he not be tainted? Sanat Sujata replied, one who is learned in the chants of the Sama, the Rig, and the Yajur will not be saved from his evil deeds. I am not speaking a falsehood to you. The meters do not save the deceitful one who has resorted to deceit from sin. When their wings have grown, birds flee a nest. Like that, the meters desert one whose time of destruction has come. Dhritarashtra asked, O learned one, if the Vedas are incapable of saving one who is without dharma, why have the Brahmanas eternally talked about them? Sanat Sujata replied, the austerities performed in this world are seen to yield fruits in another. When they are established in rich austerities, Brahmanas obtain those worlds. Dhritarashtra asked, how can austerities be prosperous, and how can they fail to be so? O Sanat Sujata, tell me this so that we may get to know. Sanat Sujata replied, O king, there are 12 vices like anger, and another 6 like cruelty. Brahmanas who know about the sacred texts are knowledgeable about the qualities that prevent dharma, anger, desire, avarice, delusion, possessiveness, compassion, discontent, pride, sorrow, lust, jealousy, and aversion. These are the 12 human vices that men must always avoid. O Indra among kings, every single one of them waits for a weakness in a man, like a hunter waits for a deer. Maligning others, covetousness, vanity, vindictiveness, anger, and fickleness. If these 6 vices are left uncontrolled, They incite men towards evil in their dharma.
Can I just mention there's a footnote when it said compassion to be avoided. The footnote says possibly it means lack of compassion. That's all. It didn't make sense that compassion is a negative trait. That's all. Sorry, I thought I just.
That's cool. Yeah, that's great. I just completely overlooked that. That's cool. Where was I again now? That's all right. These are the scheming to. Oh, yeah, yeah. If these six vices are left uncontrolled, they incite men towards evil in their dharma. They do not perform any good in extremely difficult situations, scheming to enjoy, hatred, pride in deceit, regrets after giving, the weakness of miserliness, praise of one's kin and hatred of women. These are the seven cruel vices: dharma, truthfulness, self-control, austerities, lack of envy, modesty, forgiveness, contentment, sacrifices, generosity, fortitude, and learning. These are the 12 great vows for a Brahmana. If one dwells with these 12, one is capable of ruling the entire earth. Even if one is distinguished by the presence of three, two, or only one of these, know that one does not possess anything. Self-control, renunciation, and lack of ignorance. Immortality is vested in these. Learned Brahmanas say that truthfulness is the foremost. There are 18 qualities that work against self-control. Perverseness in what is done or not done, falsehood, discontent, desire, acquisitiveness, covetousness, anger, sorrow, thirst, desire, treachery, jealousy, possessiveness, regret, gloating, forgetfulness, slander, and vanity. The learned say that one who is free from these vices is self-controlled. There are 6 types of renunciation regarded as superior: lack of rejoicing when one obtains something pleasant, lack of misery when something unpleasant is generated, giving to worthy supplicants without being asked for, as long as it is not a beloved wife or sons. Even if one is asked for what should not be asked, this is known as the third quality: relinquishment of objects, non-fulfillment of desire, and giving up the fruits of deeds. If one possesses these qualities, even if one possesses objects, the man is one who renounces with the intelligence of a student. O descendant of the Bharata lineage, there are 8 vices that lead to ignorance, and these vices must be avoided. Those that come from the 5 senses, the mind, the past, and the future. A person who is freed from these is happy. Only austerities which are free from these vices and are united with the qualities become prosperous and successful. O Indra among kings, this is what you asked me. What else do you wish to hear? Dhritarashtra said, some people have said that there are 5 Vedas with ancient accounts as the 5th. Let's read the footnote for that. The 4 Vedas are Rig Veda, Samaveda, Yajurveda, and Atharva Veda. Sometimes the Atharva Veda is not included, and there is a list of 3. Itihasa, Ramayana, Mahabharata, and the Puranas are regarded as the 5th Veda. Others say that there are 4 Vedas, and still others say that there are 3 Vedas. Others say that there are 2 Vedas, and still others say that there is 1 Veda. There are others who accept no hymns. O Brahmana, therefore, what should I now regard as the true Veda? Sanat Sujata replied, because there is ignorance about the single Veda, many Vedas have been thought of. O Indra among kings, there is one truth, and all of them are established in that truth. Ignoring the Vedas, wisdom is sought in the Great One. footnote, meaning the Brahman or the Paramatman, and a footnote. If gifts, studying, and sacrifices are followed out of greed, the resolutions of those proud ones deviate from the truth. Therefore, one should not undertake a sacrifice only for the sake of the truth. When a man performs this with the mind,
One
speech,
should not. You put the wrong word there. You have to say that again. One should undertake. You said,
all right, yeah,
sorry, I'm reading today.
yeah, right. Ooh, okay, therefore, one should undertake a sacrifice only for the sake of the truth. Yeah, you know what? I'm so disappointed. I usually don't miss any word, do I? Well, I'll be damned. When a man performs this with the mind, speech, and deeds, he is successful in his intentions and is established in his intentions. Without being secretive, one should be consecrated in a rite. There, the word satyam is derived from the root sat, and the footnote meaning righteous, and is the supreme objective and truth. The results of knowledge are direct. Those of austerities are generated indirectly. A Brahmana who recites a lot should only be known as one who recites a lot. O Satriya. Therefore, do not regard a Brahmana to be superior only because he recites. He who has not deviated from the truth should be known as a Brahmana. O Kshatriya. When the class of rishis was created, Atharvan, who is ancient sage from the Atharva Veda, okay, Atharvan chanted these ancient hymns. Those who learnt them were known as those who recited hymns, but they do not know the one. They do not know the one, meaning the Brahman or Paramatman, who should be known through the Vedas. O king, there are some who know the Vedas, and there are some who know what should be known through the Vedas. He who knows the Vedas knows what should be known through the Vedas. He who knows what should be known through the Vedas is established in truth. I know him to be a Brahmana who explains skillfully and is capable of removing doubts, having dispelled all his own doubts. The one, the Brahmana Paramatman in the footnote, cannot be found by going to the east or the south, or the west, or diagonally, or in any direction at all. One should think about this while meditating in silence, being immobile even in one's thoughts. The Brahman that is established in the inner soul will then manifest itself. He who maintains silence is a Muni. Footnote me, Muni means sage or hermit, with a root in Mona or silence. And footnote, one does not become a Muni by residing in the forest. He who knows the one without decay is said to be the supreme hermit. One who knows the grammar behind everything is said to be a grammarian. But a man who can directly see all the worlds is a man who sees everything. Oh, Kshatriya, a Brahmana who is established in the truth, sees the Brahman by following in due order what is prescribed in the Vedas. This is what I am telling you. Know this. And they're quite long chapters, aren't they, these ones? Oh, I'll read one more, which should probably won't be that long.
Read that one and then I'll take over, okay?
Yes. Chapter 707, part 44. Dhritarashtra said, O son of Sujata, these supreme words that you have spoken about the Brahman have the form of the entire universe. These supreme words are extremely rare among desirable objects. O young one, therefore speak to me. Sanat Sujat replied, you have happily asked me about the Brahman, but it is not something that can be obtained in a hurry. I will tell you the ancient knowledge about the one who is not manifest. This can be successfully known through the practice of brahmacharya. Dhritarashtra said, you have said that the eternal knowledge about the one who is not manifest, can be successfully obtained through the practice of brahmacharya and not through the performance of acts as prescribed points in time, how does one then obtain the immortality of the Brahman? Sanat Sujata replied, those who conquer their desires in this world, while patiently establishing themselves on the Brahman, are firmly based on truth and pluck the soul out of the body, like a stalk of munja grass. O descendant of the Bharata lineage, the father and the mother create the body, but the birth instructed by the preceptor is the true birth, because that is free of age or death. Those who enter a preceptor's womb and become embryos there, observing brahmacharya, become learned in the sacred texts in this world and attain supreme yoga after they give up their bodies. The preceptor fills the ears with the truth, practices truth, and confers immortality. He should be regarded as the father and the mother. Knowing of his deeds, one should not cause him any injury. A disciple must always show respect to his preceptor. Pure and without distraction, he should study. His pride should not be annoyed, nor should he be angered at tasks he is asked to perform. This is the first quarter of brahmacharya. Doing what pleases the preceptor in deeds, thoughts, and speech, even at the expense of life and riches, is said to be the second quarter. Conduct towards the preceptor should be the same as that towards the preceptor's wife, acting as one is instructed and performing what is pleasant. This is said to be the third quarter. Thinking oneself to be wise, one should never tell a preceptor that one isn't responsible for a deed. Even if one thinks this, one should not say it. This is the fourth quarter of brahmacharya. One should dwell by presenting to the preceptor whatever objects one obtains. For those who are righteous and possess many qualities, the conduct should be the same towards the preceptor's son. When one dwells in this way, one prospers in this world. One obtains many sons and fame. All the directions shower down upon him, and many people dwell with him in turn for the sake of brahmacharya. It is through such brahmacharya that the gods attained to divinity. The immensely fortunate and learned rishis attained the world of Brahma, and the Gandharvas and the Apsaras obtained their beauty. It was with such brahmacharya that the sun was born earlier. O king, he who lies down and torments his entire body with austerities will transcend childishness and become learned. In due course of time, he will conquer death. O Kshatriya, the worlds that people conquer through deeds they have performed are finite, but through knowledge one obtains the entire Brahman. There is no other path to traverse. Dhritarashtra asked, does he, footnote, the Brahman or Paramatman, Brahman, there is no gender in the text, and footnote, does he appear white or red? Is he dark, black, like collyrium, or brown? In what form does a righteous and learned Brahmana visualize the seat of that immortal and undecaying one? Sanat Sujata replied, he does not appear as white or red, as black or with the complexion of iron, nor does he have the complexion of the sun. He is not established in the earth or the sky. He is not to be found in the waters of the ocean. He does not resort to the stars or the lightning. His form cannot be seen in the clouds. He cannot be found in the wind or the gods, nor can he be seen in the moon or the sun. He is not the mantras of the Rig Veda, the Yajur Veda, or the Atharva Veda, nor can he be seen in the unblemished Sama Veda. O king, it is certain that he cannot be seen in great vows and in Ratantara and Barhata. Barhata, in brackets Brihati, is a kind of meter. Ratantara is a meter that particularly occurs in the Samaveda. And the footnote, he is the darkness that is impossible to cross. He is beyond death and beyond destruction. His form cannot be seen. It is as thin as a razor's edge, but he is also larger in form than the mountains. He is the foundation. He is immortality. He is the world. He is the Brahman. He is fame. He is the source of all beings, and at the time of destruction, he is the one into whom they flow. He is without division and gigantic. His fame soars up. The words of the wise say that he is immutable. Everything in the universe is established in him. Those who know him become immortal. To you, Matura.
Fantastic.
Argo.
Thank you. That was beautiful.
And Mathura,
Yes.
it might be worth saying, you wouldn't be surprised to learn that Shankaracharya often quotes from this section of the Mahabharata in his writings.
Good for him. Well, well, who wouldn't? Anybody who is wise would want to quote from this because it's just full of wisdom. You know, it's incredible. So I will carry on in the Mahabharata, volume 4 of this edition. Sanat Sujata Parva, 708-45, page 288. Sanat Sujata said, "He is the seed and is a great blazing light. He is the resplendent one whose fame is great. He is the one whom the gods worship. It is because of him that the sun shines. He is the one whom the yogis see. He is the eternal and illustrious Lord. Everything originates with the Brahman seed. It is because of the Brahman seed that everything flourishes. It is because of the seed that stars burn in the middle of the sky and the sun obtains its radiance. He is the one whom the yogis see. He is the eternal and illustrious Lord. It is because of him that there is water in the middle of the ocean. It is because of him that the two gods are in the firmament, the sun and the moon. They hold up what flows in and what flows out in the earth and in heaven. He is the one whom the yogis see. He is the eternal and illustrious Lord. Both these gods carry earth and heaven. The seed bears the directions in the universe. The rivers flow from those directions, and the great oceans are created from these. He is the one whom the yogis see. He is the eternal illustrious Lord. Based on the wheels, the steady chariot ceaselessly works. He has a flaming crest, and the celestial and ageless horses bear him in the sky. He is the one whom the yogis see. He is the eternal and illustrious Lord. There is no form that is similar to his. He can never be seen with the eyes. Learned ones who get to know him through their minds and their hearts become immortal. He is the one whom the yogis see. He is the eternal and illustrious Lord. There is a terrible river with 12 flows protected by the gods, and one drinks from it. He is the one whom the yogis see. He is the eternal and illustrious Lord. Like a bee, there are those who drink the honey only for half a month. He is the Lord who obtained oblations for all being. He is the one whom the yogis see. He is the eternal and illustrious Lord. There is an ashwata tree with golden foliage. They alight like featherless birds there, having obtained feathers. They fly out in different directions. He is the one whom the yogis see. What is that all about? Okay, 29. This is the tree is symbolic of the Brahman. The featherless birds are individual souls, or Jiva Atmas. Originally, they are part of the Brahman, but having obtained feathers or individual characteristics, they are born as different beings. The Brahman is complete. The universe is also complete and is created from the Brahman. But even after the universe is being created from the Brahman, the complete Brahman remains. Om Purnam, obviously. Okay, that's coming. So obviously Shankaracharya adores this. Okay. He is the one whom the yogis see. He is the eternal and illustrious Lord. The wind is created from him, and it is in him that it subsides. Agni and Soma were created from him. All life depends on him. One who knows everything One who knows everything through him, one is incapable of describing. One knows everything through him, one is incapable of describing him. He is the one whom the yogis see. He is the eternal and illustrious Lord. Apana dissolves into prana, prana dissolves into the moon dissolves into the sun dissolves into the supreme. He is the one whom the yogis see. He is the eternal and illustrious Lord. When it ascends out of the water, the swan does not raise one foot. If it did raise it, there would be no death, no immortality. What does that mean? I'm going to read the footnote. There would be no difference between death and immortality. Man is being compared to a swan. A man has four legs or parts: waking, dreaming, sleeping, turiya. Turiya is the fourth state when one perceives union between the human soul, Atman, and the Brahman. Ordinary people only perceive the first three parts, and one of the legs is therefore hidden and not used. Wise ones perceive the fourth link too, and see no difference between death and immortality. It's very cryptic, isn't it? You have to know to read behind the lines. Tween. He is the one whom the yogis see. He is the eternal, illustrious Lord. His form is stationed beyond the range of sight. Only those who are extremely pure in soul can see him. A wise one, desiring welfare, sees him through the mind. Those who resort to him become immortal. He is the one whom the yogis see. He is the eternal, illustrious Lord. Because of their own learning and their own conduct, mortal ones hide him like snakes in their holes. But only foolish ones are deluded by this and deceived and confounded, follow. But only foolish ones are deluded by this and deceived and confounded and follow the dangerous road. He is the one whom the yogis see. He is the eternal and illustrious Lord. There is neither existence nor is there non-existence. Therefore, what source can give rise to death or immortality? Aha. Both truth and falsehood are based on the same truth. Truth and falsehood originate in the same womb. He is the one whom the yogis see. He is the eternal and illustrious Lord. Oh, among men, whether they are righteous or wicked, these are not seen in an equal way. Having been united with the divine knowledge of immortality, one should taste that honey. He is the one whom the yogis see. He is the eternal, illustrious Lord. The heart is not tormented because of abuse, nor do lack of studying and lack of Agnihotra matter. The mind becomes as light as the Brahman. Those who are wise and preserving obtain him. He is the one whom the yogis see. He is the eternal and illustrious Lord. Thus one sees one's own soul in all beings, all engaged in various tasks. After this, why should there be any sorrow? There is a great deal of water in a well that overflows in all the directions like that. Brahmanas who wish to know can use all the Vedas. The great soul being is the size of the thumb, though he resides in the heart. He cannot be seen. He is unborn. He is ceaselessly roams throughout night and day. Knowing this, a wise one is full of bliss. I am I. I am also the mother, the father, and the son. I am the soul of everything. Whether I exist or whether I do not exist, O descendant of the Bharata lineage, I am the ancient grandfather, the father, and the son. You dwell in my soul, but you are not mine, and I am not yours. The soul is the foundation, the soul is the birth. I am the foundation without decay that the Vedas speak of. I am subtler than the most subtle. With excellent intelligence, I am awake in all beings. Know him to be the father of all beings, dwelling lotus in all things. Woo! I mean, I don't mind stopping there, so, because there's a lot of people to read. There's a new section starting now. Dina, would you like to read? Or Guna?
Yeah, if they're going to read from Ganguli's one, it's page
Can
109.
somebody say? Otherwise, I'll just carry on. I mean, we
I
need to.
prefer. I'm just oiling up and put some.
Are you ready then?
No,
Oh,
no.
you're not.
Well,
You're
look,
not.
anyway, Matsura, you should read the introduction because
Oh,
that's
okay.
not
Well, I'll
in
just
Ganguli.
carry on until someone's ready. Okay.
Okay, and there's also Guna.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
He's
So,
just unmuted. So
Okay.
see what he...
Aguna, would you be ready soon?
You please carry on. I'm really enjoying your reading. I'm not reading this evening.
Oh, okay then. I'll just read for quite a bit and then we'll go back to you, madam. Okay?
Wonderful, thank you.
What
I
about Ram? Ram.
able to read.
Hi, Arthur. I'm going to have to turn your video off, unfortunately. Or if you do it, it's better. Thanks.
There's
Okay, well,
also
I'm just going to...
Ram.
You can read after you, Mator, if you know, or if Ram wants to.
Do you want to read after me, Dina, then?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, cool then. Okay. Let's see how far should I read? How long do you need, Dina?
Yeah, just till, give me 5
I'm
minutes.
just turning the pages to find out where it would be to. It's quite a long way. God, it's a long, 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 long. I will read these first two short ones then. Okay, and then hopefully you're ready by then. Okay,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
it's okay. Yana Sandi Parva. This section has 726 shlokas and 24 chapters. Yana means moving or journey as a verb and conveyance as a noun. Sandi means both connection and peace or alliance. So the name of this parva can be interpreted in two different ways, and both are correct. First, there is the straightforward meaning of a journey, Sanjayas, for peace. Second, this section is the connecting section between two separate journeys, Sanjayas and Krishna's. Sanjaya conveys Arjuna's message, and there is a discussion in the assembly of the Kurus. Karna refuses to fight until Bhishma has fallen. The section ends inconclusively with a reference to Krishna's impending mission. So, I will continue. Page 294, 709, 46. Vaishampayana said, thus the king conversed with Sanat Sujata and the intelligent Vidura, and the night passed. When the night had passed, all the kings entered the assembly hall and were delighted to see the Sutta. Sanjay. Excuse me. With Dhritarashtra at the forefront, all of them went to the king's splendid assembly hall, desiring to hear the words the Partas had sent. In conformity with Dharma and Artha, the extensive arena was plastered white and was decorated with gold. It was extremely beautiful, like the rays of the moon, and was sprinkled with excellent water. It was strewn with beautiful seats made of gold, wood, stone, and ivory, which were covered with excellent cushions. Hey, I wonder where I get it from. Oh, bull among the Bharata lineage, Bhishma, Drona, Kripa, Shalya, Kritavarma, Jayadratha, Ashwatthama, Vikana, Somadatta, Bahilika, the immensely wise Vidura, Maratha, Yuyutsu, and all these assembled together with their other royal warriors. Having placed Dhritarashtra at their head, they entered this splendid assembly hall. O king, Dushashan, Chitrasena, Sakuni Shobala, Durmuka, Dushala, Karana, Uluku, Vimishati placed the intolerant Duryodhana, king of the Kurus, at their head and entered the assembly hall, the gods entering, like gods entering Shakra's abode. O king, O king, when those brave ones with arms like clubs entered the assembly hall, it looked like a mountainous cavern full of lions. Having entered the assembly hall, those great archers who adorned any gathering and were as radiant as the sun seated themselves on extremely expensive seats. O descendant of the Bharata lineage, when all the kings were seated, the gamekeeper informed them that the son of the suitor had arrived. Our messenger has swiftly returned on the chariot, drawn by the sign-bearer horses that can bear loads well from the Pandavas. Wearing earrings, he quickly descended from the chariot. Isn't that great with his earrings? It's a point that he makes. That's fabulous. I've got to read it again. It's so much about style and bearing. Wearing his earrings, he quickly descended from the chariot and entered the assembly hall, which was full of great-souled lords of the earth. Sanjaya said, "O Kauravas, know that I have returned after having gone and met the Pandavas. Know that the Pandavas salute all the Kurus in accordance with their ages. They honor the elders according to age, and those who are of the same age as friends. According to age, they honor those who are their juniors. O lords of the earth, on the instructions of Dhritarashtra, I earlier went from here to visit the Pandavas and listen to what I have to say." 7:10:47. Do you want to read this, Dean? Are you ready or not?
Where does it start? Can someone give me a little lead from
It's a
Ganguli?
very, very big, long section. It's going to be the whole thing of Sanjay. I don't mind reading it if you're not ready, because I could start because I could read part of it, um, or I'm quite into this reading this actually at the moment. If you don't mind, I'd like it. It's such a good part.
Yeah, I don't.
It's quite God. I'm just thinking how many in here in this book it is. Woo! It goes all the way up to. It goes from 295 to 306. That's a huge chapter. So I could read partly it.
Okay.
Okay.
Let me tell where Dina where it is. It's
Yeah, do that, please.
section XL VIII.
Yeah. Vaisham.
Dhritarashtra said, "O
Dhritarashtra.
Sanjaya, O son."
Okay. Yeah.
Can you find it? Have you found that?
I'm on it. Yeah.
He
Okay,
said,
so
I ask thee. He said, I ask thee. Yeah.
I'm
Hey,
asking thee in the midst of these kings about the words spoken about the.
yeah. Okay.
Okay, I'm going to read for a bit, and when I stop, I'll pass it over to you. Okay, Dina? Brilliant. I'm really into this. Okay, 71047. Isn't it incredible? We're all in this incredible assembly room, plus white gold seats, incredible furniture, lords of the earth, and it's all happening. And Sanjay's coming back. What's he going to tell them? And what's going to be the response? This is going to be so exciting. Okay, Dhritarashtra said, "O Sanjaya, O son, I am asking you in the midst of these kings about the words spoken by the great souled Dhananjaya, indomitable in spirit, foremost in battle, and the destroyer of the lies of evil souled one." Sanjaya replied, "Let Duryodhana listen to my words about what Arjuna spoke. The great souled Dhananjaya is ready for battle." He said this with Yudhishthira's permission and in Kesava's hearing. Knowing the strength of his arms, he does not have the slightest fear. Kiriti is steadfast and ready to do battle. In Vasudev's presence, he told me, "Tell Dhritarashtra's son, in the midst of the Kurus and in the hearing of the kings who have assembled to kill the Pandavas, tell them all the words that I have spoken, so that the king and his advisers hear it. Just as all the gods listen to the words of the king of the gods, the wielder of the Vajra in that way, all the Pandavas and Srinjayas listen to the capable words spoken by Kiriti. Arjuna, the wielder of the Gandiva, is ready to do battle. With eyes like red lotuses, he spoke these words. If Dhritarashtra's son does not give the kingdom to King Yudhisthira, Ajamita, then it is certain that the evil deeds committed by the sons of Dhritarashtra earlier will remain unaccounted. If there is a desire to fight with Bhima and Arjuna, the sons of the Ashwins and Vasudeva, with Shini's son, who has raised his weapons, with Drishtadyumna and Sakandi, and with Yudhisthira, who is equal to Indra and can burn up earth and heaven with the ire of his thoughts. If Dhritarashtra's son wishes to fight with these, then all the objectives for the Pandavas will be successful. Do not act so as to ensure the objectives of the Pandava. Instead, should you wish, come and fight. Pandava who acts in accordance with Dharma was banished to the forest and slept on a bed of grief. Dhritarashtra's son will lie down and die on a more miserable bed, and that will be his final one. The evil-souled son of Dhritarashtra governed the Kurus and the Pandavas through evil conduct, but he possessed modesty, wisdom, austerities, and self-control, and conquered his anger through his protection of Dharma. Though he was deceived, he was respectful and upright. He possessed austerity, self-control, and the protection of Dharma. He spoke the truth and was pleasant, even when he was deceived. He endured the infinite hardships. The eldest Pandava has controlled his soul. He has controlled his anger for many terrible years. If that is unleashed on the Kurus, Dhritarashtra's son will repent his decision to fight. When a fire with its black trails is kindled during the summer, it burns down the dry wood. Thus will Yudhishthir's angry and blazing glance burn down the armies of Dhritarashtra's son. When Dhritarashtra's son sees the intolerant Pandava Bhimasena in battle, terrible in speed and with a club in his hand, vomiting the poison of his anger, he will then repent this fight. When he sees Bhima, terrible in form, and with a club in his hand, begin to kill like a mighty lion entering a pen of cows, Dhritarashtra's son will regret this war. He is extremely fearsome and without fear. He is skilled in the use of weapons. He will slay the assembled army forces. He will counter an ocean of chariots on a single chariot. He will destroy a massive infantry with his club. He will swiftly destroy many soldiers. That brave one will bring down the soldiers of Dhritarashtra's sons like a forest sliced down with an axe. Then Dhritarashtra's son will regret the war. Dhritarashtra's son will see his mighty army scattered like a village that is mostly made of straw, burned by a fire, or ripe grain burned by lightning. With the foremost warriors dead, the terrified soldiers will be reluctant. They will mostly be in flight, with no one left with any enterprise. They will be burned down by Bhimasena's weapons. Then Dhritarashtra's son will regret the war. Nakula, skilled and foremost charioteer amongst all charioteers, will use his right hand and shoot down hundreds of enemy soldiers. Then Dhritarashtra's son will regret the war. Though he was earlier used to happiness, Nakula slept on a bed of unhappiness in the forest for a very long time. He will sigh hard like an enraged serpent. Then Dhritarashtra's son will regret the war. He will see kings who are willing to fight on Dharmaraja's instructions, ride white chariots and attack his soldiers. He will see them abandon his side. Therefore, Dhritarashtra's son will repent. The Kaurava will see 5 brave ones who are children, but not like children in their skill with weapons. They will give up their lights to fight the Kikyas. Then Dhritarashtra's son will regret the war. Sahadev, the killer, will mount a chariot that is adorned with golden stars. Its wheels will make no noise. It is yoked to well-trained horses. He will slice off the heads of kings with floods of arrows. Dhritarashtra's son will see him mounted on the chariot, skilled in the use of weapons, and attacking in all the directions in that extremely fearful war. On seeing him in battle, Dhritarashtra's son will regret the war. Sahadev is spirited and swift to act. He is restrained by modesty, skilled and truthful. He is extremely strong and steadfast in all dharma. He will terribly slaughter soldiers as he finds his way towards the wand from Gandhara. When he sees Draupadi's sons, brave and great archers who are skilled in the use of weapons, expert in fighting the chariots, advance in battle like terrible and poisonous serpents, then will Dhritarashtra's son regret the war. Abhimanyu is a cloud. Abhimanyu is the slayer of enemy heroes. He will shower arrows on enemies like a cloud showering rain. Sobhadra, Abhimanyu, is skilled in the use of his arms and is like Krishna's equal. When he advances, Dhritarashtra's son will regret the war. He will see Sobhadra, who is a child, but is not like a child in valor. He will descend on that mass of enemies like death itself. He is skilled in the use of weapons and is Indra's equal. Then Dhritarashtra's son will regret the war. The young Prabhadrakas are swift to act and skilled. Their valour is like that of lions. They will strike the sons of Dhritarashtra together with their soldiers. Then Dhritarashtra's son will regret the war. The aged Virata and Dropada are Maharatas. Each will advance with his soldiers against the enemy. When they see Dhritarashtra's son together with his when they see Dhritarashtra's son together with his soldiers, then Dhritarashtra's son will regret the war. Dropada is skilled in the use of weapons. He will be enraged in battle. Mounted on his chariot, he will use arrows to slice off the heads of younger ones. Then Dhritarashtra's son will regret the war. Virata is the slayer of enemy heroes. He will penetrate the enemy army in its weak spots. Excuse me. He will be at the forefront of the Matsyas, who are terrible in form. Then Dhritarashtra's son, who will regret the war. Matsya Virata's eldest son, is terrible in form and is foremost among warriors. He has donned armour for the sake of the Pandavas. When he sees him, Dhritarashtra's son will regret the war. When Shantanu's virtuous son, foremost among the Kauravas, has been killed in battle by Shikandi, I tell you truthfully, and without any doubt, that none of our enemies will be alive anymore. Shikandi will be on a chariot drawn by celestial horses and protected well. He will advance towards Bhishma on his chariot and will mow down masses of chariots. Then Dhritarashtra's son will regret the war. He will see the resplendent Dhristadyumna at the forefront of the Srinjaya forces. The intelligent Drona instructed him about secret weapons. Dhritarashtra's son will repent. Then he is the immeasurable general. He will vanquish the sons of Dhritarashtra. He is capable of withstanding enemies and will advance against Drona in battle. Then Dhritarashtra's son will regret the war. He is modest, learned, strong, and intelligent. He is blessed by prosperity, and is foremost among the Somakas. Since our leader is the foremost among the lions of the Vrishni dynasty, our enemies will not be able to withstand us. Tell him this also. There is no need to look for anyone else. We have chosen Shini's grandson, Satyaki, as our advisor. He is a charioteer, and he is without a rival in battle. He is immensely strong, without fear, and skilled in the use of weapons. When instructed by me, the Lord of the Shinis will shower arrows on the enemy like a cloud showering rain. He will envelop the warriors with nests of arrows. A little bit, Dina, then you can take over. Then Dhritarashtra's son will regret the war. When he desires to fight, he is steady. The great-souled one's arms are long and his bow is firm. The enemies will be like ashes in a fire. They will be like cows that have scented a lion. The great-souled one's arms are long and his bow is firm. He can shatter the mountainous and destroy all the worlds. He is skilled in the use of weapons and has dexterous hands. He is radiant like the sun, stationed in the firmament. Yadava, the lion of the Vrishni dynasty, is skilled and subtle in his knowledge of the yoga of weapons. He has been instructed in what is said to be the most famous yoga. All the qualities exist in Satyaki's form. Satyaki Madhava's golden chariot is yoked to 4 white horses. When Suyoddhana sees it in the field of battle, the evil one, who has no control of his soul, will repent. Hare Krishna.
So carrying on now in the edition from Kesari Mohan Ganguli. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. When he will also behold my terrible car, endued with the effulgence of gold and bright gems, drawn by white steeds and furnished with the banner, bearing the device of the ape and guided by Keshav himself, then will that wretch of uncontrolled passions repent. When he will hear the fierce twang produced by the constant stretch of the bowstring with fingers cased in leather gloves, that terrible twang loud as the rolling of thunder, of my bow, Gandiva, wielded by me in the midst of the great battle. Then will that wicked wretch, the son of Dhritarashtra, repent, beholding himself abandoned by his troops, flying away like kine from the field of battle in all directions, overwhelmed with the darkness created by my arrowy downpour. When he will behold innumerable keen-edged arrows, furnished with beautiful wings and capable of penetrating into the very vitals, shot from the string of Gandiva, like fierce and terrible flashes of lightning emitted by the clouds, destroying enemies by the thousands and devouring numberless steeds and elephants clad in mail. Then will the son of Dhritarashtra repent for this war, when he will behold the arrows shot by the enemy turned off, or turned back, struck by my shafts, or cut to pieces, pierced transversely by my arrows. Then will the foolish son of Dhritarashtra repent for this war, when broad-headed arrows shot by my hands will strike off the heads of youthful warriors, like birds picking off fruits from the treetops. Then will the son of Dhritarashtra repent for this war, when he will behold excellent warriors of his failing down from their cars, and elephants and steeds rolling on the field, deprived of life by my arrows. Then will the son of Dhritarashtra repent for this war, when he will behold his brothers, even before fairly coming within the range of the enemy's weapons, die all around, without having achieved anything in battle. Then will the son of Dhritarashtra repent for this war, when pouring my blazing shafts incessantly, I will, like death himself, wide mouth, wide open, destroy on all sides multitudes of cars and foot soldiers. Then will that wretch repent, when he will behold his own troops, covered with dust raised by my car, wander in all directions, torn to pieces by Gandiva and reft of senses. Then will that wretch repent, when he will behold his whole army running away in fear in all directions, mangled in limbs and bereft of senses, when he will behold his steeds, elephants, and foremost of heroes slain, when he will see his troops thirsty, struck with panic, wailing aloud, dead and dying, with their animals exhausted, and hair, bones, and skulls lying in heaps around like half-wrought works of the Creator. Then will that wretch repent, when he will behold on my car Gandiva, Vasudev, and the celestial conch Panchajanya, myself, my couple of inexhaustible quivers, and my conch called Devadatta, as also my white steeds. Then will the son of Dhritarashtra repent for this war, when I consume the Kauravas, like Agni consuming innumerable wicked souls assembled together at the time of ushering in another yuga, at the end of the last one. Then Dhritarashtra, with all his sons, repent, when the wicked-hearted and the wrathful son of Dhritarashtra will be deprived of prosperity, with brothers and army and followers. Then, reft of pride and losing his heart and trembling all over, will that fool repent. One morning, when I had finished my water rites and prayers, a Brahmin spoke unto me these pleasant words: O Partha, thou shalt have to execute a very difficult task. O Savya Sachin, thou shalt have to fight with thy foes. Either Indra, riding on his excellent steed, and thunderbolt in hand, will walk before thee, slaying thy foes in battle. Or Krishna, the son of Vasudev, will protect thee from behind, riding on his car, drawn by the steeds headed by Sugriva. Relying on those words, I have, in this battle, passing over Indra, the wielder of the thunderbolt, preferred Vasudeva as my ally. That Krishna hath been attained by, for me, the destruction of those wicked ones. I see the hand of the gods in all of this. The person whose success is only wished for by Krishna, without the latter's actually taking up arms in his behalf, is certain to prevail over all enemies, even if those be the celestials with Indra at their head, while anxiety there is none if they are human, if they be human. He that wisheth to conquer in battle the foremost of heroes, Vasudev's son Krishna, endued with great energy, wisheth to cross by his two arms alone the great ocean of wide expanse and immeasurable water. He that wisheth to split by a slap of his palm the high Kailash mountain is not able to do the slightest damage to the mountain, although his hand only with its nails is sure to wear away. He that would conquer Vasudeva in battle would, with his two arms, extinguishing a blazing fire, stop the sun and moon, and plunder by force the Amrita of the gods. That Vasudeva, who having mowed down in battle, by main force all the royal warriors of the Bhoja race, had carried off on a single car Rukmini of great fame, for making her his wife. And by her was afterwards born Pradyumna of high soul. It was this favourite of the gods who, having speedily smashed the Gandharas and conquered all the sons of Nagnajit, forcibly liberated from confinement King Sudarshana of great energy. It was he that slew King Pandya by striking his breast against his, and moved down the Kalingas in battle, burned by him. The city of Varanasi remained for many years without a king, incapable of being defeated by others. Ekalavya, the king of the Nishadas, always used to challenge this one to battle, but, slain by Krishna, he lay dead like the Asura Jamba, violently thrashed on a hillock. It was Krishna who, having Baladev for his second, slew Ugrasen's wicked son, Kamsa, seated in court in the midst of the Vrishnis and the Andakas, and then gave unto Ugrasen the kingdom. It was Krishna who fought with King Salya, the lord of Shobha, stationed in the skies, fearless in consequence of his powers of illusion, and it was he who at the gate of Suba caught with his hands the fierce Satagni, hurled by Soba's lord. What mortal is able to bear his might? The Asuras had a city named Pragyajotish, which was formidable, inaccessible, and unbearable. It was there that the mighty Narak, the son of the earth, kept the jeweled earrings of Aditi, having brought them by force. The very gods who, fearless of death, assembled together with Sakra at the head, were incapable of conquering him. Beholding Keshava's prowess and might, and weapon that is irresistible, and knowing also the object of his birth, the gods employed him for the destruction of those Asuras. Vasudeva, too, endued with all divine attributes that ensure success, agreed to undertake that exceedingly difficult task. In the city of Nirmochana, that hero slew 6,000 Asuras, and cutting into pieces innumerable keen-edged shafts. He slew Mura and hosts of Rakshasas, and then entered that city. It was there that an encounter took place between the mighty Naraka and Vishnu of immeasurable strength. Slain by Krishna, Naraka lay lifeless there, like a Karnika tree uprooted by the wind. Having slain the earth's son, Naraka, and also Mura, and having recovered those jeweled earrings, the learned Krishna of unparalleled prowess came back, adorned with beauty and undying fame. Having witnessed his terrible feats in that battle, the gods then and there blessed him, saying, "Fatigue will never be thine in fights. Neither the firmament nor the waters shall stop thy course, nor shall weapons penetrate thy body." And Krishna, by all this, regarded himself amply rewarded. Immeasurable and possessed of great might, in Vasudeva ever exist all the virtues. And yet the son of Dhritarashtra seeketh to vanquish that unbearable Vishnu of infinite energy. For that wretch often thinks of imprisoning him. Krishna, however, beareth all this for our sake only. That wretch seeketh to create a sudden disunion between Krishna and myself. How far, however, is he capable of taking away the affection of Krishna from the Pandavas? He will see on the field of battle. Having bowed down unto Shantanu's son, and also Drona with his son, and the unrivaled son of Saradwat, I shall fight for regaining our kingdom. The God of justice himself, I am sure, will bring destruction on that sinful man who will fight with the Pandavas. Deceitfully defeated at dice by those wretches ourselves, of royal birth, had to pass 12 years in great distress in the forest, and 1 long year in a state of concealment. When those Pandavas are still alive, how shall the sons of Dhritarashtra rejoice, possessing rank and affluence? If they vanquish us in fight, aided by the very gods headed by Indra, then practice of vice would be better than virtue, and surely there would be nothing like righteousness on earth. If man is affected by his acts, if we be superior to Duryodhana, then I hope that, with Vasudeva as my second, I shall slay Duryodhana with all his kinsmen. O Lord of men, if the act of robbing us of our kingdom be wicked, if these, our own good deeds, be not fruitless, then beholding both this and that, it seems to me, the overthrow of Duryodhana is certain. Yea, Kauravas, ye will see it with your eyes that, if they fight, the sons of Dhritarashtra shall certainly perish. If they act otherwise, instead of fighting, they may live. But in the event of battle ensuing, none of them will be left alive. Slaying all the sons of Dhritarashtra along with Karna, I shall surely wrest the whole of their kingdom. Do ye meanwhile whatever ye think best, and enjoy also your wives and other sweet things of life. There are with us many aged Brahmanas, versed in various sciences, of amiable behavior, well-born, acquainted with the cycle of the years, engaged in the study of astrology, and capable of understanding with certainty the motions of the planets and the conjunctions of stars, as also of explaining the mysteries of fate, and answering questions relating to the future, acquainted with the signs of the zodiac, and versed in the occurrences of every hour, who are prophesying the great destruction of the Kurus and the Srinjayas, and the ultimate victory of the Pandavas, so that Yudhisthira, who never made an enemy, already regardeth his objects fulfilled in consequence of the slaughter of his foes. And Janardana also, that lion among the Vrishnis, endued with knowledge of the invisible future, without doubt beholdeth all this. And I also, with unerring foresight, myself behold that future. For that foresight of mine, acquired of old, is not obstructed. The sons of Dhritarashtra, if they fight, will not live. My bow, Gandhiva, yawneth without being handled. My bowstring trembleth without being stretched. And arrows also, issuing from my quiver's mouth, are again and again seeking to fly. My bright scimitar issueth of itself from its sheath like a snake quitting its own worn-off slough. And on the top of my flagstaff are heard terrific voices. When shall thy car be yoked, O Kirtin? Innumerable jackals set up hideous howls at night, and rakshasas frequently alight from the sky. Deer and jackals and peacocks, crows and vultures and cranes, and wolves and birds of golden plumage follow in the rear of my car when my white steeds are yoked unto it. Single-handed, I can dispatch with arrowy showers all warlike kings to the regions of death. As a blazing fire consumeth a forest in the hot season, so, exhibiting diverse courses, I will hurl those great weapons called Sturkana, Pashupat, and Brahma, and all those chakra gave me, all of which are endued with fierce impetuosity, and with their aid, setting my heart on the destruction of those monarchs, I will leave no remnant of those that came to the field of battle. I will rest, having done all this. Even this is my chief and decided resolve. Tell them this, O son of Galvanga. Look at the folly of Duryodhana, O Suta. They that are invincible in battle, even if encountered with the aid of the very gods headed by Indra, even against them that the son of Dhritarashtra think of wearing. But so let it be even as the aged Bhishma, the son of Santanu, and Kripa, and Drona with his son, and Vidura endued with great wisdom, are saying, may the Kauravas all live long. Jai Shri Pandava ki jai.
Oh, well, that was so heroically
Excellent.
recited. Well done.
Excellent.
I knew you would. I was enjoying. I was thinking, Dina's going to really enjoy this one. Okay.
I was wondering, should I carry on with Ganguli's or go back to Debroy's?
I'm just listening. I'm not even following the text, so they're both
All right.
the
Well,
same.
it tallies
It's
up.
quite
So
good in Ganguli's because it's quite pathetic at this part.
I like reading Ganguli as well. But now, so we're on section in Ganguli's one. I mean, in Debroy's one, we're on 711, part 48. And in Ganguli's one, we're on part 49. So, Vaishampayana said, in the midst, O Bharata, of all those assembled kings, Bhishma, the son of Santanu, then said these words unto Duryodhana. Once on a time, Brihaspati and Shakra went to Brahma. The Maruts also with Indra, the Vasus with Agni, the Adityas, the Sadyas, the seven celestial rishis, the Gandharvas, Vishvavashu, and the beautiful tribes of the Apsaras all approached the ancient grandsire, and having bowed down unto the Lord of the universe, all those dwellers of heaven sat around him. Just then, the two ancient deities, the rishis, Nara and Narayana, as if drawing unto themselves by their own energy, the minds and energies of all who were present there, left the place. Thereupon, Brihaspati asked Brahma, saying, who are these two that leave the place without worshipping thee? Tell us, O grandsire, who are they? Thus asked, Brahma said, these two, endued with ascetic merit, blazing with effulgence and beauty, illuminating both the earth and the heaven, possessed of great merit, and pervading and surpassing all are Nara and Narayana, dwelling now in the region of Brahman, having arrived from the other world, endued with great might and prowess. They shine in consequence of their own asceticism. By their acts, they always contribute to the joy of the world. Worshipped by the gods and the Gandharvas, they exist only for the destruction of asuras. Bhishma continued, having heard these words, Shakra went to the spot where those two were practicing ascetic austerities, accompanied by all the celestials, and having Brihaspati at their head. At that time, the dwellers of heaven had been very much alarmed in consequence of a war raging between themselves and the asuras. And Indra asked that illustrious couple to grant him a boon. Thus solicited, O best of the Bharata race, those two said, Name thou the boon. Upon this Shakra said unto them, Give us your aid. Then they said unto Shakra, We will do what thou wishest. Then it was with their aid that Shakra subsequently vanquished the Daityas and the Danavas. The chastiser of foes, Nara, slew in battle hundreds and thousands of Indra's foes among the Paulomas and the Kalakenjas. It was this Arjuna who, riding on a whirling car, severed in battle with the broad-headed arrow the head of the Asura Jamba while the latter was about to swallow him. It was he who afflicted the Daitya city of Hiranyapura on the other side of the ocean, having vanquished in battle 60,000 of Nivata Kavachas. It was this conqueror of hostile towns, this Arjuna of mighty arms, that gratified Agni, having vanquished the very gods with Indra at their head. And Narayana also hath in this world destroyed in the same way numberless other Daityas and Danavas. Even such are those two of mighty energy that are now seen united with each other. It hath been heard by us that the two heroic and mighty car warriors, Vasudeva and Arjuna, that are now united with each other, are those same ancient gods, the divine Nara and Narayana. Amongst all on earth, they are incapable of being vanquished by the Asuras and the gods headed by Indra himself. That Narayana is Krishna, and that Nara is Falguna. Indeed, they are one soul born in twain. These two, by their acts, enjoy numerous eternal and inexhaustible regions, and are repeatedly born in those worlds when destructive wars are necessary. For this reason, their mission is to fight. Just this is what Narada, conversant with the Vedas, had said unto the Vrishnis. When thou, O Duryodhana, wilt see Keshava with conch shell and discus and mace in hand, and that terrible wielder of the bow, Arjuna, armed with weapons, when thou wilt behold those eternal and illustrious ones, the two Krishnas, seated on the same car, then wilt thou, O child, remember these my words. Why should not such danger threaten the Kurus when they are when thy intellect, O child, hath fallen off from both profit and virtue? If thou heedest not my words, thou shalt then have to hear the slaughter of many, for all the Kauravas accept thy opinion. Thou art alone in holding as true the opinion, O bull of the Bharata race, that only three persons, viz. Karna, a low-born Suta's son, cursed by Rama, Sakuni, the son of Subala, and thy mean and sinful brother Dushashana. Karna said, It behoveth thee not, O blessed grandsire, to use such words toward me, for I have adopted the duties of a Kshatriya in order without falling off from those of my own. Besides, what wickedness is there in me? I have no sin known to any one of Dhritarashtra's people. I have never done any injury to Dhritarashtra's son. On the other hand, I will slay the Pandavas in battle. How can they that are wise make peace again with those that have before been injured? It is always my duty to do all that is agreeable to the king Dhritarashtra, and especially to Duryodhana, for he is in possession of the kingdom. Vaishampayana continued. Having listened to these words of Karna, Bhishma, the son of Shantanu, addressing King Dhritarashtra, again said, Although this one often boasteth, saying, I shall slay the Pandavas, yet he is not equal to even a 16th part of high-souled Pandavas. Know that the great calamity that is about to overtake thy sons of wicked souls is the act of this wretched son of Suta. Relying on him, thy foolish son Suryodhana hath insulted those heroes of celestial descent, those chastiser of all foes. What, however, is that difficult feat achieved by this wretch before that is equal to any of those achieved of old by every one of the Pandavas? Beholding the city of Virata, his beloved brother slain by Dhananjaya, who displayed such prowess, what did this one then do? When Dhananjaya, rushing against all the assembled Kurus, crushed them and took away their robes, was this one not there then? When thy son was being led away as captive by the Gandharvas on the occasion of the tale of the cattle, where was this son of Asuta then, and now belloweth like a bull? Even there it was Bhima and the illustrious Partha and the twins that encountered the Gandharvas and vanquished them. Ever beautiful and always unmindful of both virtue and profit, these, O bullet of the Bharata race, are the many false things. Blessed be thou that this one uttereth. Having heard these words of Bhishma, the high-souled son of Bharadwaja, having paid due homage unto Dhritarashtra and the assembled kings, this is Drona, spoke unto him these words. Do that, O king, which the best of the Bharatas, Bhishma, hath said. It behoveth thee not to act according to the words of those that are covetous of wealth. Peace with the Pandavas. Before the war breaks out, it seems to be the best. Everything said by Arjuna and repeated here by Sanjaya will, I know, be accomplished by that son of Pandu, for there is no bowman equal to him in the three worlds. Without regarding, however, these words spoken both by without regarding, however, these words spoken by both Drona and Bhishma, the king again asked Sanjaya about the Pandavas. From that moment, when the king returned not a proper answer to Bhishma and Drona, the Kauravas gave up all hopes of life. Shall I read a bit more? Still got 10 minutes. Yeah, I'll finish the next chapter.
Yeah, please, carry on.
So section 11 in Ganguli's and 712 in Debroy's. Dhritarashtra said, What did the Pandava king, the son of Dharma, say, O Sanjaya, after hearing that a large force hath been assembled here for gladdening us? How also is Yudhishthira acting in view of the coming strife? O Suta, who amongst his brothers and sons are looking up to his face, desirous of receiving his orders? provoked as he is by the deceptions of my wicked sons, who, again, are dissuading that king of virtuous behavior and conversant with virtue, saying, "Have peace." Sanjaya said, "All the Panchalas, along with the other sons of Pandu, are looking up to Yudhishthira's face, blessed be thou, and he too is restraining them all. Multitudes of cars belonging to the Pandavas and the Panchalas are coming in separate bodies for gladdening Yudhishthira, the son of Kunti, ready to march to the field of battle. As the sky brightens up at the advent of the rising sun, so the Panchalas are rejoicing at their union with Kunti's son of blazing splendor, risen like a flood of light. The Panchalas, the Kekayas, and the Matsyas, along with the very herdsmen that attend on their kine and sheep, are rejoicing and gladdening Yudhishthira, the son of Pandu. Brahmana and Kshatriya girls, and the very daughters of the Vaishyas in large number are coming, in playful mood for beholding Partha accoutred in a coat of mail. Dhritarashtra said, "Tell us, O Sanjaya, of the forces of Dhristadyumna, as also of the Somakas, and of all others with which the Pandavas intend to fight with us." Vaishampayana continued, "Thus interrogated, in the midst of the Kurus, and in their very hall, the son of Gavalgana became thoughtful for a moment, and seemed to draw repeatedly deep and long sighs. And suddenly he fell down in a swoon without any apparent reason. Then, in that assembly of kings, Vidura said loudly, 'Sanjaya, O great king, hath fallen down on the ground senseless, and cannot utter a word, bereft of his sense and his intellect clouded.' Dhritarashtra said, 'Without doubt, Sanjaya, having seen those mighty car warriors, the sons of Kunti, hath in his mind filled with great anxiety in consequence of those tigers among men.' Vaishampayana continued, 'Having recovered consciousness and being comforted, Sanjaya addressed King Dhritarashtra in the midst of that concourse of Kurus in that hall, saying, 'Indeed, O King of Kings, I saw those great warriors, the sons of Kunti, thinned in body in consequence of the restraint in which they have lived in the place of the king of the Matsyas. Hear, O king, with whom the Pandavas will contend against you. With that hero Dhristadyumna as their ally, they will fight against you. With that personage of virtuous soul, who never forsaketh truth through anger or fear, temptation, or for the sake of wealth, of disputation, and who is, O king, a very authority in matters of religion, himself being the best of those that practice virtue. With him, who hath never made an enemy, the sons of Pandu will fight against you. He unto whom no one on earth is equal in might of arms, and who, wielding his bow, had brought all kings under subjection, and who, vanquishing of old all those people of Kashi and Anga and Magadha, and also the Kalingas, with that Bhimasena will the sons of Pandu fight against you. Indeed, he through whose might the 4 sons of Pandu quickly could alight on the earth, having issued forth from the burning house of Lak, that son of Kunti, Vrikodara, who became the means of their rescue from the cannibal Hidimba, that son of Kunti, Vrikodara, who became their refuge when the daughter of Yagyasena was being carried away by Jayadratha. Indeed, with that Bhima, who rescued the assembled Pandavas from the conflagration at Varanavata, even with him as their ally will they fight against you. He, for The gratification of Krishna slew the Krodhavashas, having penetrated the rugged and terrible mountains of Gandhamadana. He to whose arms hath been imparted the might of 10,000 elephants, with that Bhimasena as their ally, the Pandavas will fight against you. That hero who, for the gratification of Agni, with Krishna only for his second, bravely vanquished of yore Purandara in fight. He who gratified by combat that god of gods, the trident-bearing lord of Uma, Mahadeva himself, having the mountains for his abode. That foremost of warriors who subjugated all the kings of earth. With that Vijaya as their ally, the Pandavas will encounter you in battle. That wonderful warrior Nakula, who vanquished the whole of the Western world teeming with mlechas, is present in the Pandava camp. With that handsome hero, the unrivaled bowman, that son of Madri, O Kauravya, the Pandavas will fight against you. He who vanquished in battle the warriors of Kashi, Anga, and Kalinga, that with that Sahadeva will the Pandavas encounter you in battle. He who in energy hath for his equals only 4 men on earth, Ashwatthama and Drishtaketu and Rukmi and Pradyumna, with that Sahadeva, youngest in years, that hero among men, that gladdener of Madri's heart, with him, O king, will you have a destructive battle. She, who while living of yore, as the daughter of the king of Kashi, had practiced the austerest penances, she who, O bull of the Bharata desiring even in a subsequent life to compass the destruction of Bhishma, took her birth as the daughter of Panchala, and accidentally became afterwards a male. Who, O tiger among men, is conversant with the merits and demerits of both sexes? That invincible prince of the Panchala, who encountered the Kalingas in battle, with that Sikandin, skilled in every weapon, will the Pandavas fight against you. She whom a Yaksha for Bhishma's destruction metamorphosed into a male, with that formidable bowman will the Pandavas fight against you. With those mighty bowmen, all brothers, those 5 Kekaya princes, with those heroes clad in mail, will the Pandavas fight against you. With that warrior of long arms, endued with great activity in the use of weapons, possessed of intelligence and prowess, incapable of being baffled, with that Yuyudhana, the lion of the Vrishni race, will you have to fight. He who had been the refuge of the high-souled Pandavas for a time, with that Virata will you have an encounter in battle. The Lord of Kashi, that mighty Ka warrior who ruleth Varanasi, hath become an ally of theirs. With him the Pandavas will fight against you. The high-souled sons of Draupadi, tender in years, but invincible in battle, and unapproachable like snakes of virulent poison, with them will the Pandavas fight against you. He that in energy is like unto Krishna, and in self-restraint unto Yudhishthira, with that Abhimanyu will the Pandavas fight against you. That warlike son of Shishupala, Drishtaketu, of great fame, who in energy is beyond comparison, and who, when angry, is incapable of being withstood in battle, with that king of the Chedis, who has joined the Pandavas at the head of an Akshohini of his own, will the sons of Pandu fight against you. He that is the refuge of the Pandavas, even as Vasava is of the celestials, with that Vasudeva, the Pandavas will fight against you. He also, O bull of the Bharata race, Sarabha, the brother of the king of Chedis, who again is united with Karakarsha. With both these, the Pandavas will fight against you. Sahadeva, the son of Jarasandha, and Jayatsena, both unrivaled heroes in battle, are resolved upon fighting for the Pandavas. And Drupada, too, possessed of great might, and followed by a large force, and reckless of his life, is resolved to fight for the Pandavas. Relying upon these and other kings by hundreds of both the eastern and northern countries, King Yudhishthira the Just is prepared for battle. Jai Sri Hari.
Jai Sri Hari, 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 Hari. Fantastic.
Tak recording.
Jai Shri Krishna.